Welcome back to my channel. It's Biscuit. So today's video is going to be a shaping video about my subscribers. So as you guys see, I pulled up my, because yesterday I was swatching my glitter acrylic mixes for you guys. Actually, they are now 20% off on my website on eBay. If you just search IamBiscuit 7 in the search bar on eBay, you should be able to find all of my glitter acrylic mixes, and they are 20% off. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and get right into this video. And we are going to hi Melody, long time no see. I know, right? Feels like forever. So we're gonna go ahead and take these off, and we are going to start barehanded. So I'm gonna start from scratch with fitting my mannequin hand. Hi Alexis, how are you? Thank you for tuning in from the gym. This one seems a little too small, so let's go up one size. Seems perfect. Let's go up a size here. Okay. Let's try this one. Okay, looks good. So obviously I'm going to cut these down. You can obviously use some nail cutters, or you could just use your scissors, whatever works for you guys. But you want to get rid of any extraness on the tip of the nails. And what I'm going to do is actually put on my sanding band. And I'm going to turn this to 5,000 RPMs, and we're just going to lightly remove the shine from the nail. Do you use scissors when working on your clients too? Yes, I do. But make sure you also clean them as well if you use them on your clients. Clean all metal implements. But I do have the actual nail trimmer. So I just didn't feel like grabbing them. But yes, I do have the nail cutters. I actually have 3 of them. So I use both. Okay, so now that we have removed the shine, what we're going to do is now we're going to get our glue out, and we are going to apply our nail tips. And when you're doing this, you obviously want to make sure that your nail tip fits from sidewall to sidewall. So that one looks good. And I take just a little bit of glue. There we go. Where did I get my practice hand? Where'd you get the rings for your practice hand? I actually got them from Target. I saw them in there and I was like, ooh, let me get these for my practice hand to jazz her up just a little bit. So yes, Target, but I'm sure you can find some at Walmart. You can find some at Target. So a little dot goes a long way. All right. So we got our nail tips on. I'm gonna let those dry for a little moment here. I'm gonna put that up. So I figured today we would do different styles of shaping, as this was a requested video. And obviously there are certain ways that you can, I'm not trying to say cheat your way out of shaping, but you obviously can based on what your client is booking. Don't be afraid to make it easier for you. Do what works for you. Not all the time is, stuff that you do for you will work for other people, but you have to think about yourself in the long run. So I'm going to show you guys what I normally do if I didn't want to do it by hand. But today we're going to do it by hand. So obviously wherever you purchase nail tips from, your local nail supply store, local beauty supply store, Amazon, eBay, you can definitely buy stiletto tips, which will make it easier for you. Obviously you just fit them to your clients and boom, you already have a stiletto tip. Now if your client likes them this length, that's perfectly fine. You can shave it down to the length that they want, make it easier for you so you don't have to actually cut. Remember, do what works for you guys. Also, I have another box of stiletto nail tips to make it easier so you don't have to manually do it yourself. Coffin Shape tips. I've already purchased them. These are from McCart. So You can put them as nail tips. The only thing I do is kind of drill down the middle, just so that way, because these are a full well nail tip, which actually could be for press-ons, but you can also make them as a tip. So, you know, there's ways in doing nails without taking the long way, but it's up to you guys. So, either way works. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I am going to trim down these nails some, and I'm gonna actually use my cutter this time. So put it in. Let's just trim a little bit higher than the D&D. And the only thing with this nail hand is that the nail tips tend to come out some, which is okay. And because this is a practice hand, I can just try to match them up to each other and take them down some, just to make sure that they match. Because I'm only doing one hand. Just make sure that the tip is all the way in, and put them side by side. Okay. Then obviously you wouldn't do this with the regular clients, but we're gonna do this for the sake of the video, okay? Because we want to make sure they're all at the same length. Okay. Okay. So I think the first one that we're gonna do is, let's do a lipstick nail. So with the lipstick nail, we're just gonna cut this at a nice angle here. That's what we're gonna do for this one. Obviously we're gonna go back in and shape it because we don't want this point to be so sharp. Let's do a stiletto for this one. So I'm gonna start off thinly by just trimming the sides of the nail, and this would be the same way that you make a coffin nail. And then I'm just going to keep going at an angle. And remember, whatever I do on one side, I'm doing on the other. Natalie says, do you actually have clients who get lipstick nails? No. But it's an option. So I'm not leaving anything off the table, because as a nail tech, you should learn how to do every single thing there is. Like I said, you won't learn it all, but you won't have people that come to you to get it at all. But at least if they say you get that one client out the blue who says, do you know how to do lipstick nails? And you'll be like, I sure do. No one has ever asked for it, but today will be your lucky day. So don't ever not learn how to do something just because you don't have clients who don't get it or don't want it. So learn everything you can. That's my motto. Learn it all. So this one, let's go ahead and let's do a coffin. So let's just trim this side. And remember, whatever you do on one side, make sure to do on the other. We'll fix that. What do you think about duck nails? Yeah, I forgot about those. But if I was ever going to do those, oh man, I'd have to order the tips. I don't too much care for them, but I mean, hey, there are people out there that do. Um, so let's go ahead and we're gonna do an almond shape for this one, and we're still gonna cut. Um, we're still gonna cut the nail tip, but I'm going to cut it more towards this way, and then obviously this one will be square. So all right, so now let's get us a nail file. Yep, to each his own. I agree. So let's go ahead and let's start shaping. So again, this will be the lipstick nail. I like to start off by doing the actual lipstick part that you press against your um your lips, and then I like to round off the edge so it's not as sharp. So there we have it. And obviously you're still gonna have to go back in once you apply your acrylic to keep that shape, but there is your lipstick shape. Real simple. So I think we said this one was going to be a stiletto. So let's go in here and let's straighten those sides out. And remember, whatever you do on one side, do on the other. Don't forget about the nail tip, because obviously you want it to be a stiletto. So don't forget to curve that in. Now you do have some clients that want a sharp stiletto, so please make sure you give them a sharp stiletto, which I think we're going to do that here. And as you guys see, whatever I'm doing on one side, I am going to do on the other. No side left behind. And I'm going to actually start rounding this out, just because that's how I'm going to eventually get my sharp points. Hope you guys can see. There we go. But I like to make sure I get my point first. We're gonna make her sharp, but again, hello. How are you, Sammy? So as you can see, our point is coming in, and again, we don't want to. And I'm taking down her ring too. So we just want to look at it, make sure it's good. Also, what I like to do is take my buffer, which will get rid of these flyaways that you have right here, that you have shaped down. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Okay, so when you do that, you're able to start looking at your entire nail and seeing where you can make some changes at. So looks like just a little bit on this side. There we go. So there we have stiletto, and this is the sharp stiletto. I ask my clients if they want sharp or they want an almond shape. But it's totally up to them. So there is your Stiletto, sorry. So this one is going to be our coffin shape. So it's basically the same principle and same steps as our stiletto, but except for we're not going to round it out. Let me move these up some. So just remember that whatever you do on one side, you need to do on the other. And don't forget to stop and take a look at your shaping to know how your shape is looking. Just take a moment, look at it. And again, if you need to clean off these little raggedy ends, then definitely clean them off so you can see the nail. Okay, so I need to get a little straighter on this side for sure. Yes, you do have to file at an angle. I normally do a 45-degree angle. Okay, so, and then let's just make sure that's good. So that looks good to me. Okay, so there we go. We have lipstick, stiletto, we have coffin. This one is going to be an almond shape nail. So with this one, I like to start at the tip first to round that off. I mean, I thank you for the compliment, but I mean, it's not that easy. You have to learn. It takes practice. I know the first thing that we did in nail school was literally we just took like tips. Hold on. We just took like the tips of nails. Like we had a box full of tips, and the first day of school we were sitting there at our desk like filing to get the shapes. Like literally we weren't practicing laying acrylic or nothing like that. We were just sitting with the nail tips, you know, working on actually filing and shaping. So that was like the first 3 days until the teacher kind of went over everything with you and said, oh, you look good, let's go to the next step. So that's literally what we were doing, so that way you can see it and know exactly what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, like I said, learning how to shape isn't easy, but 3 days worth will get you right. But thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, as I said, don't hesitate to stop and take a look at your nail, because best to believe your client is going to be looking at that nail too. So no, I just went to a regular nail school to learn how to do nails. Doing hair was just something that I kind of learned doing my hair. So, but I'm only a licensed nail tech. I'm not a cosmetologist. Okay. So this looks okay right now, but again, like I say, don't forget to clean up those edges. See how those are coming up? Don't forget to clean those up. Take your buffer. especially if you're doing it by hand, because you want to know everything's crisp, because trust me, your clients will be looking. Now let's hit the tip, and I think we're good. So there's your almond. Now obviously you can make it skinnier than that if you choose to. You can bring this in some and then round it out. Do you have to learn how to do hair even if you want to be a nail tech cosmetology school? No. Normally, if you're going to nail school, that's all you're going for. If you go to cosmetology school, you're going to learn everything beauty related. Okay, so there we go. So let's recap again. We have lipstick, stiletto, coffin, almond. Again, you can make that smaller. Like I said, some people prefer stiletto, but round it out so it could be like a stiletto almond shape. It's the client's preference. She says, because I only have cosmetology school here in my area. So cosmetology school, you're going to learn everything beauty related, hair, makeup, skin, nails, all that. But depending on the cosmetology program, like I said, it's different in every state. They may not go as in depth for nails. So just keep doing your research to find a school that just does nails in general. Yep. Ask around. All right, so this one will be square, which is the easiest of them all. Keep it at a 90-degree angle, straight up and down. I know it looks crooked from my end, but this is straight. So you can also do a tapered square, which means that it's in a little bit. So again, make sure you get rid of those little flyaways so that way you can see your nail. This is how I was taught in class. I was actually thinking about doing a beginner's lesson with you guys. Definitely wouldn't be charging what all the rest of these people are charging, like $700. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. People out here want to learn too, and I get it. You gotta do what's best for you. No, she's thanking you too, Natalie. She's thanking both of us. So all right, so there is the square. Hello, hello. All right, so there's square. So we did all the shaping. So we have lipstick nail, we have a stiletto nail, we have coffin, or they call it ballerina, either one. We have an almond shape. This is my almond shape that I give my clients if they want it. And of course we have our traditional square. So it takes time, takes practice. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to spice up my hand. It's just looking too boring. But thank you. So yeah, these that's how you shape for different styles of nails. Like Natalie said, you even got a duck nail. If that's your thing, if that's what your clients like, do what your clients like. That's what's making you money. I haven't had anybody ask for duck tips, and I don't even have duck tips on hand. If somebody said, hey, let me get those duck tip nails, and I'd be like, so I have to order them, and you'll probably have to come back, and I apologize, but I don't have them on hand. So, you know. Yes, after a while, it's supposed to get easy, but it's always so much to learn. Always. Let me wipe her down. I'm gonna get an alcohol wipe. Yes, Natalie. I prefer to have my clients to wash their hands, but for the sake of the video. Natalie says, I have a client that came and wanted a set of acrylic on her toes. When I started gluing down the tips, I didn't have a big enough size for her big toe. What should I do? One thing you could do is use a nail form, or I believe, I could be wrong, they do make acrylic toe nail tips. So you can do that, but what you can use, hold on, if I can find it. That's what happens when you clean your desk out. Oops. And you move stuff around. It's not where you once thought it was, or should be. Oh, here they go. You can use a nail form. What you could do is you can split this up, put it around their big toe. Obviously, you probably won't be able to close it. You can do that. I think that will probably be the easiest way, but I think they actually have toenail tips. Let me get my good old phone and go to trusty handy dandy toenail tips. And they do. So you can get the toenail clips here. There's clear, and you can use those. So Amazon is the best friend. actually not a bad thing to have. I'm about to put some in my cart. Thanks, Natalie. I appreciate you. So, put that in my cart. Because I actually want to get this water bottle. No problem. So, other than that, I actually want to go wash this hand because I don't like the way that it looks with having all this white stuff on it. Alright, so just got through washing my silicone hand. I'm sorry, I can't. I couldn't deal with the dust. So, she looks much better, to be quite honest. So yeah, just keep practicing. If you are struggling with shaping, it will get better. Practice makes perfect, as I always say. You have to keep practicing to get good at your craft. Things don't come to you overnight. So keep at it, keep pushing, keep going. And you will be great. I know you will. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And make sure you guys keep practicing. Make sure you tag me on Instagram if you practice. Show me how you're doing, the progress you're making. And if you guys have any more questions for me, I'll be sure to answer them or leave them down in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss a video from me. Follow me on Instagram at IamBiscuit7. And maybe we'll make a set. Let's just do a set. Video number 3. 3 videos in one day. Let's go. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.